doesn't look that happy though for some reason. Maybe he's just impatient. He's like, God, I just want to kill this guy so I can go home to Sargo. Alright, cool. Yeah, he's just gonna 4-pull this game, get it over with. Sargo can't wait either. Now, people are pointing out the elbow thing. That is a little bit weird, isn't it? It's bending the wrong way. I guess that's how you get good at StarCraft. Bend your elbows backwards. Don't try that at kid home. What the? Don't try that at home, kids. God, I really messed that one up. Seriously. After I say that, like, I end up having a bunch of people with broken arms trying to sue me, calling my sponsors. Sayle told me to bend my arm backwards. I wouldn't even be surprised. Okay. Game 3 on Andromeda. Ssak is actually looking really uncomfortable. He's like actually looking freaked out right now. It's like, oh my god, please don't let me get 3-0'd. Please don't let me get 3-0'd. And, oh my god, we're in the same positions again. Wow. 3 games in a row. Same spawns. Nice. That's pretty creepy. It's a little bit weird. I guess these stars are aligning in favor of Killer today. Anyway, actually, I'm not sure about that. These spawn locations aren't terrible for Terran. I mean, like the mains are kind of really close to each other, so or airwise. So I guess like dropping in the main could be quite nice. Yeah. Although on the other hand, Zerg does get that free mineral only with their 3rd hatch. And that's quite nice. This is a pretty early drone scout from Killer, by the way. He hasn't even sent out his hatchery drone yet. So he's gone for like a 9 drone scout for some reason. I guess he's like really scared that Ssak is gonna cheese him. Yeah, look at that, 9 drone scout into 12 hatch. Really careful. Really careful. Which is not terrible. I mean, you know, on this map you can make a wall up at the front after doing an 8 racks, or before doing an 8 racks, or rather not doing an 8 racks, which is what Ssak is doing. Look, this Ssak actually looks like he's doing the same thing he did in game number 1, making a link tight wall at his natural and then going for gas and some kind of tech in his main. And you know, this does work on Andromeda, as I just said. That is a link tight wall. And again, the Marines do spawn on the inside, so Ssak getting slightly lucky with the spawn positions there. What he's not so lucky with it, though, is that the Overlord's going to see it straight away, and it's got a nice little position there to camp, so you can basically see everything that's going on with the natural. Crucially, we'll see that there's not going to be a command center there for a while, so he's going to know for sure this time that it is, in fact, some kind of tech sneakiness. Oh my god, 3 hatch no pool! Is that 3 hatch no pool? I didn't see a pool. Do you guys see a pool? Oh, man. Killer! 3 hatch no pool, dude. Forella? Wait, didn't he do this against somebody did this in the round of 8. Didn't Larva do this against Ssak? Is that what happened? I think Larva maybe did this against Ssak. Somebody did it before. Anyway. So that is really interesting. So he scouts the wall off, he knows there's gonna be no crazy early aggression. He's like, well, better not make a spawning pool. Actually, I'm not sure if he scouted that in time to make that adjustment, or if he just was going for 3 hatch no pool anyway. Whichever the case, he is he's going for the greedy build. Now the only issue is, of course, that his or I guess his only response to Sak's fast tech now is going to be Hydra, so he's going to have to go for a pretty early Hydra den to help defend. And wow, this Marine is actually going to kill some stuff. Oh my god. Ssak, he's going for the 1 Marine harass. He might get another drone here. Oh, it turned into a creep colony. It's BM. Alright, whatevs. So that's pretty cool. A nice building creep. He actually let that creep finish, because he's only making drones anyway. He's got 4 lings, and then just drones. Well, look at that. He only left one lane to kill it because he knew it would kill it, and he sent the other 3 to attack. And Ssak is in fact doing the exact same thing he did against Killer. And now we can actually see what his intention was with this build. Because of course in game 1 he was sort of forced into going Valkyrie straight away because of the 2-hatch Muta. But this time he can do whatever he wants because Killer is not going to have any tech. There's no real point in making a lot of Zerglings or anything going for an all-in because he's a wall there. So basically, Killer will just play defensively, and now we can see what Ssak was trying to do with this build. And I'm still pretty sure it's 1 Wraith into Vulture Drop. That's what makes the most sense to me. Okay, we got the Wraith, we got the Machine Shop, so that's probably going to be for mines for the Vultures, and then he's going to drop them in. So he's going to lay some mines to help defend against any kind of weird Hydra attack. He's going to drop Vultures in the main, and as I said at the beginning of the game, in these positions, the main-to-main air distance isn't that long, so that's pretty nice for whatchamacallit, for Ssak. There's also a little cliff behind the natural you can drop onto. That's pretty good. Although you can't really range the minerals from there. You can only range the gas. And yeah, so we'll see how he's gonna do. Killer, of course, to get the hydrogen, as I said. Since his tech is so late, off the 3-hatch, he can't just wait for Spire or anything. He has to go for those hydras. Now this Wraith's moving out. It's clear the Scouting Overlord. There's one lane gonna poke the front here. I'm not going to be able to do too much. I'm not sure if he saw that second Vulture, though. If he saw the second Vulture, that might tip him off to what's going on. The Wraith by itself is probably tipping him off that it's very likely going to be a drop follow-up. Doesn't really make sense to just make 1 Wraith, and that's it. And he is now getting a Spire as well. So this Wraith's just going to get the 1 Overlord kill, probably not going to get anything else. And here are a couple more Vultures, so we're certainly going to lay some mines. Yep, there we go. So laying some defensive mines to block the Hydras from just attacking and killing him. And then he's going to drop the Vultures into the main base. Alright. Now, where is the... Oh my god, what? He's getting Cloak. He's actually getting Cloak Wraiths instead. He's not going for the drop. That is really surprising to me. He's gone 1 port Cloaked Wraith. He's actually using this Wraith's vision to allow his Vultures to harass the back of that mineral line, but I am very surprised by this. Alright, 1 port Cloaked Wraiths. I mean, let's have a think about this. Is this going to work? This could work. I don't think there's any way that Killer's going to see this coming. Especially because he's hiding the additional Wraiths. So this does look like it's the standard, make 1 Wraith to kill Overlords, and then go for drop tech or something, or even go for fast vessel if you really want. Really curious. He's gonna have to do a lot of damage though, because he is cutting into his ground army with this, as he did in game 1. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like once Overlord's speed finishes, Killer's gonna have an opportunity to do the exact same thing as in game 1 and just go kill him with Hydras. Because he can just use, because then once the Overlord speed finishes, he can clear all the mines, and then there's going to be no ground forces. So even if Ssak is doing some fancy Cloaked Wraith harassment, Killer, you can just be like, well, screw it, I'll just go kill all your buildings, and you can have all my drones, it doesn't really matter. And he'll even have Scourge as well anyway to help deal with it. So he's getting out a good number of Hydras here, he's fanning out the Overlords. Now that fanning out of the Overlords though could be his downfall. If they move too far away from each other and the Cloaked Wraiths move in, he won't have enough Overlords around to help detect them, so that could be good. But otherwise, it's quite interesting. Oh, 1 random Muta though sees it! A random Muta from Killer actually scouts it, wow! Killer, I'm certain that he made that just entirely for the purpose of scouting, and now he's going for the kill. This is what I'm talking about. The only thing is, I feel like he actually maybe didn't get Overlord speed or got it really late, because of that Overlord spread means that he wants to get Overlords in positions in advance so that he can take care of Spider Mines and whatnot. And there is a Cloak, and oh man, this could actually be quite bad for Killer because he's not gonna have Overlord speed. He's not gonna have. No, he does have Overlord speed. There's the speed, and there's the attack on the front, but there's already a Siege Tank. And oh no, it dies, but I think the SCVs can block though. I think he's okay. There's too many SCVs there. I don't see the Hydras breaking through. Alright. So Killer went for the attack as I thought, but unfortunately for him there was already a Siege Tank there, and I was going to deal with the Cloaked Wraiths. He does have Overlord speed, but not that many Hydras left in his base. He does have some Scourge. There aren't that many Wraiths either. There's only 3. So, you know, even though they're doing a good amount of damage here, killing a bunch of drones, they're not going to be able to, you know, do catastrophic damage. Although maybe they can stop this? Oh, they can't stop it. You can't stop the hatchery. So Ssak now is actually in a pretty decent position. He's killed a good number of drones with his race, just thanks to the fact that Killer thought he could go for the counterattack. And you know, even though Ssak had to pull SCVs for a little while, it's not a huge deal, and he's now going back into the standard bio. Of course, his tech is super fast now since he opened with that cloaked wraith action. So I think they'll be okay. So yeah, basically he's gonna have a super fast vessel compared to the normal timing, but he's not gonna have that many ground forces. So he's gonna have a pretty high tech army, you know, a good number of siege tanks and vessels, a relatively low medic marine count, but he can still move out fairly early. I think he's actually facing speed hydras here, so you know he's kind of forced by making these raids. He's kind of forced Zerg into a bit of an awkward mid game here. You know, Killer's already invested in the Hydra speed. He might end up just going Hydra Lurker to deal with this. But because, you know, pure Hydra is not very efficient against Medic Marine at all, and you know, for the Terran, he can still make good use of the buildings that he's made, because after he transitions out of the raids, he just uses the starport for vessels. Whereas for the Zerg, you know, you got a bunch of Hydras. He is now making them into Lurkers. The Hydra upgrade maybe not so useful now, since it looks like he is in fact just going to go for Lurker laying anyway. He's not going to try and go Hydra Lurk. Maybe he will actually. Now he's got a few more Hydras left. I think it does make the most sense to go Hydra Lurk. But you know, Killer might not necessarily be that comfortable with that style. It is, of course, not a very popular style anymore nowadays, unless you've been forced into it by exactly what Sak's doing. But look at that. Killer is actually making a lot of Lurkers here. Oh! Oh my goodness, those Scourge are actually on top of the Wraith there for a second. But of course, Scourge are not the sharpest tools in the shed. Looks like we have a Queen's Nest. Hive hasn't started yet, but look at that Terran army. That is scary. 5 tanks with that, 2 vessels, and actually a good number of Medic Marine right now. He did add on the extra barracks. Ssak also taking that mineral only in his main base while moving out. There's a lot of Lurkers from Killer. This could actually be a crazy engagement right here. That is a lot of Lurkers against a lot of Terran stuff. Those tanks could be actually pretty crucial here in the incoming engagement. Those 5 tanks are going to do massive damage to the Lurkers. And actually he's sieging up a little bit early here. I'm not sure why he's sieged up already. It seems a little bit strange to me. Excuse me. My voice is dying a little bit. But yeah, it looks like Killer. I mean, he's got the 3 o'clock now, so I mean they're kind of on even basis essentially. Once Sak's mineral only finishes, and Killer just kind of setting up his units, trying to get a good. We're going to try and get a good arc here. Oh, looks like the Cloak Wraith though does actually see the Lurker potential flank here, which is not good for Killer. So he's going to pull those back a little bit here, but you can see on the minimap, look at that big line of units he's setting up. Just setting up a huge concave, waiting for the Terran to move into him, and then just going to hit him from all sides here. And that's exactly what you want to do in these big mid-game engagements. Man, this is crazy. A lot of Scourge made as well to help deal with the Wraiths and the Science Vessels, of course. And here we go. Both players, it's just like a maneuvering game here. Is Ssak actually going to commit to an attack? And how's he going to do it? Look at this, Ssak being so careful. Really, he's playing this almost like a TVP where he's sieging up very carefully, you know, not just walking across the map. You know, Terrans are usually a little bit more mobile, a little bit more aggressive than this in their first attack. They usually just kind of move out and only siege up when they see the attack coming. But here we go. Here Killer's going. Killer's not waiting anymore. He's moving in with a huge army. Oh my god, one of the vessels goes down. The Lurkers are burrowing on top of the Marines. Ssak is in full retreat. Ssak, does he have enough? He's got a group of Marines in the back that are not fighting right now. He needs to bring those Marines up, but oh my god, Killer completely overruns Sak's army. Ssak was being so absolutely careful, but Killer still caught him with his tanks unsieged and with a bunch of Marines not in the engagement, and I cannot believe that worked so well for Killer. He just completely raffle stomped him. He just walked straight in. He didn't even have like an amazing surround or anything. He just like ran the Lurkers straight through to get the big surround off on the Lings, and that was it. I thought Sak's army looked so good. It looks so scary. How did that even happen? Wow, that was amazing. Killer is ridiculous. And after that, 3-0 is looking very possible here. Ssak, I mean, you know, he's not out of it yet. He's rebuilt his army. Seems to be having some slight problems with his, you know, big army control here. You can see he's left a lot of units in his natural as well. and is starting to add on those factories. So starting to go for that mech switch, but he doesn't really have enough map control to even take another base right now. You know, you can't. I guess the next base for him to take would be the 9 o'clock, but he's not even moved out quite far enough for that. And oh, looks like a few things moving in to try and help. Wow. Man, okay, so that's a pretty standard move. You move the Lings in with the Scourge so that the Marines auto-attack the Lings and your Scourge can hit a vessel. But, like, I guarantee you, if that was Haya, he would have manually right-clicked a Scourge and killed it, and the vessel would have taken at most one Scourge hit. Because that's what the super high-level Terrans do. They actually target down the Scourge manually. Anyway, big counterattack here from Killer with, oh my god, a butt ton of Lings here. Even though it's only Zerglings, he's actually taking out all of the units in Sak's natural. You can see Ssak. Just can't believe what is happening here. Ssak just going for the attack anyway. There's a Defiler. There's a Dark Swarm. Ssak cannot continue here. Dark Swarm is finished. He's not even going to unsiege his tanks. The tanks are forfeit there. However, the 3 o'clock base does look vulnerable, and he is moving in. So Killer may very well, in fact, he is going to lose this 3 o'clock base. But once again, Killer just go for the counterattack. Killer doesn't care. You can pick off those expansions. I'll just kill your main. Oh my god, does Ssak realize what's going on here? He's got some vultures there, he's not laying mines. Ssak, what are you doing? What are you doing? Pay attention! Lay mines! Oh my god, the SCVs are blocking! For some reason, the Lurkers actually burrow early here. I don't think Killer actually realizes the opportunity he has. Oh, mine's not gonna help, and... Oh, good mine right there. Excuse me, but no mines remaining. Sak's actually moving his entire army back, but he's going around the long way. Look at the minimap. Sak is moving his army around the top of that middle. I don't know why. I guess he was scared of lurkers in the retreat path. But there's lurkers now burrowed in his natural expansion underneath Dark Swarm. This is basically as bad as it gets as a Terran player in this matchup. A lot of vultures just trying to hold their ground at the top of the ramp, but with Dark Swarm, there's nothing they can do. Vessels going down. There's no anti-air to save them anymore. Ssak caught in the middle of his mech switch here, with nothing prepared. His Marines have come home to help defend. He does have a small group left at the 3 o'clock to deny that. But he is now only mining in his main and the mineral only. Killer's economy somehow doesn't look that strong, actually. I'm not sure how he's afforded so many units off so few drones. He basically just has 1 per patch. I mean, you know, I guess he was mining from the 3 o'clock as well. But look at this. Ssak is floating out another command center to that 9 o'clock. If Ssak can actually just clear this up, it doesn't look like Killer's economy is fantastic, although Killer looks like he's expanding again to the top right main. And I think that, yeah, the Defiler has finally gone down. So once that Swarm finishes, these Lurkers are going to get killed. And if Ssak can actually reclaim the natural and starts mining from the 9 o'clock as well, he will still have a shot here. Killer somehow, I guess, just went semi all in on that big attack. I'm not sure if it's really fair to say that since he was on 4 base, but his drone count really is not very good. I hope he's at least droning behind us a little bit, but here we go. He's moving in again. He does, of course, have Hive Tech and Defilers, and seems to be pretty good with them, so that's always useful. And uh-oh, here we go. He's moving in again, but there are a good number of Marines this time. Where's the Dark Swarm? He needs the Dark Swarm. One of the Lurkers is not going to get focused down, I don't think. Not quite getting targeted down, and more units moving in here. You should try and target the Defiler. Nope, not going to get the Defiler. The Lurker's still alive on that ramp, but finally going to get taken down maybe. Oh my god, the last Lurker didn't even die. And there's already new units here. Oh man, it's looking like Ssak might never clear his natural expansion here. He is, however, using that group of Marines that was at the 3 o'clock to counterattack and pick off Killer's new expansion at the top right. So Killer's still stuck on his initial 3 bases, but I don't know if it matters if he's got Dark Swarms in his opponent's main base right now. Lings are flooding in. There's a bunch of mines there. The tank, though, it looks like it's going to go down, and it's Killer doing a great job keeping the vessel count down to 0 here, just scourging every vessel that comes out. And there's no anti-air now because Ssak only has the vultures and tanks. It looks like he's actually reproducing from his barracks again. They are all blinking. He has landed the command center at the 9. I wonder if he's just made a few SCVs there to help mine a little bit as well. But man, this is like super desperation mode. Ssak, he just needs to somehow clear this and he can come back, but he can't clear the units. And here we go, Lings are moving in. There's so many siege tanks, but not much support. The Dark Swarm does end though. No, there's another Dark Swarm. God, these Defilers are being such a pain in the butt for Ssak, but it looks like the second Swarm was not perfect, and one of the Lurkers does get picked off from the edge. This is complete desperation mode from the Terran. You can see he's just all holed up in the main base here, trying to move as far away from that ramp as possible, but of course Killer can't really make that much progress up the ramp either. The natural command center is landed, and again a vessel dies! Man, so many vessels have gone down. If Ssak had actually even kept half of those vessels alive, he could have just irradiated these lurkers. But because he doesn't have any vessels, he's got nothing that will kill these lurkers on a swarm. Irradiate is the only thing that will do it for him, and he just keeps losing all his vessels. Oh my god, there's mutas! There's no anti-air! He's got no anti-air! Killer just made a bunch of mutas! Killer with the genius switch here! Ssak, he's got like 5 marines! He's got 5 marines in a wraith! That's his only anti-air right now! Does he have an irradiate? Can he irradiate them? That's the question. He had that vessel. The vessel popped out. Is the vessel gonna die though? Ssak needs that to be irradiated. He needs the clump of mutas to be irradiated. Oh my god, I don't see the vessel anymore. I think the vessel died. The mutas are just picking off everything in the natural right now. Oh man, Ssak has no anti-air. He went pure vulture and siege tank. He's got 1 cloaked wraith, but that's not going to do any damage to these mutas. The tanks are freaking out. The marines are freaking out. He's finally got a few more marines left. We have somehow progressed. We have reversed back from the late game into the mid game. This is now Muta Micro versus Medic Marine. But there aren't even any medics here. It's just naked marines here. Unsupported marines. And after having stimmed, look at that. They are so weak. Oh my god, how is this happening? It looks like those vultures going to counterattack to the 3 o'clock. Looks like Killer sent some lings there to clean up those marines, but the vulture's going to help out. No, not going to be in time to help out. And Killer, great switch with these mutas, is just picking off so many SCVs. It looks like the 9 o'clock base has been denied as well, so Ssak is down to his last legs here. He's mined out his main. He's only mining at the mineral only, and that's barely even mining. It looks like he's just getting really confused with his units. Oh my god, this command center is actually going to die as well. Wow, the command center at the natural dies. There's a floating command center at the mineral only, it looks like. I guess that was lifted? Why would that be lifted? I don't know. Was it the... Oh no, that's the command center from the 9 o'clock that just came back. Oh man. Alright, so Ssak is like seriously dead. The funny thing is, Killer still has 1 drone per patch. Killer is somehow making all this shit with like no economy. I don't know how this is happening. Killer, where is he getting the money from? He's got no mining. He's got no drones. He actually just has 1 per patch, and he's making a ridiculous number of units. I don't understand how he's doing this. He's looking at this. He's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. Anyway, Ssak has nothing either though, so I guess it's fine. He's only got siege tanks. Oh, look at you silly siege tanks. He's got like 8 tanks and nothing that shoots air. Oh god, he's like, come on siege mode, shoot up. The turrets are pointing upwards. Please shoot the mutas. Oh, no chance. Great split there from Killer as well. So Ssak is trying to hold on. He's going to do some harassment with those vultures, but there's plenty of hydras in defense mode for Killer. Notice that Killer's just using the hydras purely for defense, because there's so many tanks here that actually attacking with them wouldn't be that useful. So he's just going to use the mutas for offense. And oh my god, he picks up a 2nd command center. How are mutas killing command centers here? Command centers have so much health. Mutas don't have very high DPS. I can't believe he just killed a 2nd command center. And now Ssak needs to either float the main or the mineral only command center to take his natural again. He's got no spare command centers. I don't think it makes sense to even make a new one because he's got no money. Is he making a new one? He's got something there with the natural. I don't know what it is. It might just be spider mines. Ay, 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 ay. So Killer, wow, now has 2 carapace, 1 attack for his hydras. He actually got ranged attack, which is quite interesting. And is now about to start mining from that 3 o'clock base. Ssak is almost mined out his mineral only. He has to retake that natural expansion. One of his mines might even be blocking it. He's just trying to be cute with these vultures, and I guess it kind of worked there. He stopped the drone from moving and expanding to the top right. But still, this is all he's got. I just can't believe this is going to be a 3-0. I mean, you know, the game obviously isn't over yet, but it's... I don't see how Sak's going to come back here. And I don't know how Killer has just done this. Killer, man, is so good. I cannot wait for Haya versus Killer finals now. That is going to be so amazing. After the games these guys showed in the semifinals, can't wait. Cannot wait. Alright, here we go. The Hydra's now moving out. The 3 o'clock is secure. Is this going to be it? Ssak is just going to try and siege up and defend his natural. Killer's got a lot of units, but there's a lot of tanks though. If the tanks are sieged up, why is it Ssak? Why are you attacking? That seems bad. I'm not really sure, but it seems bad. That in fact seems very bad to me. I would go so far as to recommend not attacking for the Terran. Come on, man, you're Terran, don't attack, just sit there. That's what you guys do. That's what Terrans do. Alright, here we go. There's Dark Swarms, but it's okay because Hydras still take damage from the splash. The tanks are still doing splash. There's a lot of swarms. Why is there no swarm on the top though? Why are all the swarms on the bottom? What the hell is that? What is up with those swarms? Oh my god, Killer just suicided his army. See, that's why you defend. When you're Terran, you have siege tanks. You just sit there and let the other person die. You can win without doing a single thing. Wow, that was really bad for Killer. Oh my god, can he even afford to reproduce his army? Wait a minute. He's expanded to the top right. He's got his mutas still. Oh my god, this counterattack could be good. It could be good. I don't know what Killer has left. Ssak needs to not spread out his units like that, though. He needs to clump up. Alright, here we go. He's moving in. Ssak is basically nothing. I think the mutas, actually, if Killer micros them, can probably just kill this, to be completely honest. Oh, but he's just going to counterattack. Killer doing the counterattack. Doesn't have that many mutas, actually. He only has 6 or 7 there. I actually thought he had more. And where is Ssak going? Okay, he's going to 3 o'clock. He's going to take down 3 o'clock here. He can actually siege it down. The counterattack is good. Ssak is not mining right now. Ssak is no mining. Here we go. Here are the Lings. Where's the Dark Swarm? There's the Dark Swarm, and that's going to kill all the siege tanks. Oh, there's the big surround. Killer with the huge surround and crushing Ssak's last hope. I wasn't sure if he had it. But Killer had it. Of course he had it. He's Killer. Oh, man. GG from Ssak. Killer. Easy peasy 3-0. He's like, oh, what? Is that it? Did I win? Alright, nice. Oh, man. Killer. I can't believe it. Like, he can't even get out of the booth, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Ssak seems pretty happy. I don't know why Ssak just ran over here.